Well, milder air is back for the weekend. We've got another dry day or two before the next storm system moves in. It's going to bring rain and snow. Sunday into Monday, slushy accumulation looking likely across central Minnesota, and then some cooler air moves in late next week. But first, another look at winter precipitation, because it was our wettest or second wettest, depending upon how far back you go into the records for the Twin Cities. And we were not unique. In fact, if you look at everywhere in blue and green, this is at least your top 5 wettest winter, and you can trace the winter storm track all the way back to the West Coast. Pretty interesting that from central California through Minnesota, most of those areas saw their wettest or one of their wettest winters, and that was really the track we saw for a few months. And that has helped our drought monitor. The severe drought category disappearing from the Minnesota map for the first time since July. So a lot of people have been asking, does this winter precip help? It does. It's not as good as spring, summer, fall precip, but it's something, and finally has had a little bit of an impact. We talked about the severe weather yesterday that would be developing, and it did develop. In fact, 6 tornado reports across eastern Texas into northwestern Louisiana, and a lot of wind damage. It was the high wind gusts, the straight line winds that developed, that was much more widespread, along with a lot of flooding reports around the Dallas-Fort Worth areas, right through Arkansas into southern Missouri. For Minnesota, we still have quite a few clouds out there and a little bit of fog that we're still burning through for part of the day, so hazy. And sunshine through these mid-level clouds, and you can see the flow through the upper level atmosphere is straight from the west. So we're gonna have these occasional mid-level clouds, but a little sun today and tomorrow before we're in for a pretty dreary stretch Sunday and Monday. And back to normal or above normal temperatures for northern Minnesota. Widespread 30s today, which for northern Minnesota is above normal. For southern Minnesota, it's right about where we should be. And then the next system comes in with snow and rain. It's going to be wet, slushy snow that develops Sunday afternoon, but with temperatures in the 30s, it's going to be hard to stick probably unless we see some really heavy snow bursts. Same thing on Monday. So it looks like our best chance of seeing the snow accumulate will be Sunday night. And the models are really all over the place as far as how much snow could fall. The track is all pretty similar, but it's just how much that snow can really accumulate. And it looks like just north and west of the Twin Cities, best chance of seeing more significant snowfall, but at least a couple inches are possible here with this next system. And then behind it, a chunk of cold air is kind of stuck in between 2 ridges of warmth on the west and east coast. It's going to allow for some cooler than normal conditions to persist for several days, late next week into probably the following week. But when we're talking 10 degrees below normal temperatures, by next weekend, the normal high is about 40, so that still means 30. Cooler than normal, but tolerable compared to 10 degrees below normal in January, let's say. This does not look like an Arctic outbreak with sub-zero temperatures, but pretty strong likelihood of below normal temperatures here in that 8 to 14 day outlook. So that's what we're dealing with, but the official forecast for March does look like we'll see probably below normal temperatures too. So there you go. Spring will get here eventually. Mild or close to that normal really through the weekend. Normal high is about 37, so we're right in that realm here through Monday. And then cooler air does move in next week, but again, by cooler, we're talking upper 20s probably Thursday, Friday into next weekend. Some of the models hint at maybe some teens only for highs one day at some point in that cold snap, but we'll see. That's still more than a week away.